Welcome back, everyone. Southwestern University is taking the next step in a major expansion that could reshape the future of that university and really the surrounding community.
It's launching a national search for a signature piece of public art that will serve as the gateway to its planned 560-acre mixed-use district and really anchor a future art park. So joining us today to explain more about what they're looking for is Southwestern University President Laura Trombley. Laura, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. Glad to be here.
So let's start by backing up. If people aren't familiar with this larger project, it's called SU 560.
Yes.
Talk about what that is.
What it is Southwestern University is the oldest university in Texas, and we have been in Georgetown for about 176 years now. And we own an enormous amount of property. Our built campus is about 175 acres. We have 1,500 students. But we also own 560 acres that's contiguous to Southwestern. And so the idea came and has now been developed into really creating, I'd say, a bookmark or a kind of addition to downtown Georgetown, as well as expanding the university in terms of our curriculum, our paid internship possibilities for students, and of course to create an art park.
Yeah, let's focus on that public art piece of this. Why is that such an important aspect to move forward with this project and focus on that?
Well, this is a liberal arts and sciences university, and we value the humanities, we value all of the pre-meds, we value all of the students in the majors that we have. But we have one of the most beautiful campuses in Texas, and I think art is really an integral part of that. And so the idea is that we want to create a true gateway to the 560 and to Southwestern University, and to put in something that really represents us as well as the region and the history of this place.
Yeah, if no one's been up to the campus in quite some time, it's definitely worth a trip up there. Having covered Williamson County, I loved coming to campus, so this is really cool to hear more about.
Yes, and we now are in the final stages of selecting an artist who is going to create really a piece that could be as large as 2 acres.
Wow.
So we're not kidding. And what we really want to see is eventually our entire campus, both the 560 and the 175 acres, really becoming a place where people can come and enjoy a lot of public art, and they'll also discover the beauty of our campus. And we have a very thriving sports program. And in fact, come October, we will welcome the first home game in our brand new football stadium that we're building.
So many exciting things happening on campus.
It's true.
I want to circle back to that public art piece though. Is there something specific or a style you all are looking for in the search for this artist? Or are you leaving that open to see kind of what comes to campus?
We're leaving that open, but we know that it has to in some way represent the history of this location, the people who have lived here, as well as just the extraordinary nature of the liberal arts and sciences that we offer. So it's kind of a big description, but I want it to be something that perhaps can be continually interesting to people, that they don't see the same thing every time they come, because at a certain point you might not see it anymore if it just remains the same. And something where people can actually go in and maybe touch it. They can be there for a while. They can see it change over the years. So we're looking for something that's very interactive, that really makes a statement about this place and about this old and wonderful university.
So it won't be cordoned off, something like that's in an art museum somewhere where they ask people not to touch it or anything.
There will be no velvet ropes.
Very interesting. What does the selection process look like? What is the timeline that you're hoping to execute all this with, not only picking the artist, but this to be completed?
Well, we have a wonderful selection committee, and it's headed by Andres Santos, who's really a national arts consultant who works with private collectors as well as universities. And he really is the person who is managing this. And we have a great group of people that we have assembled who all have places in the art world. One individual is a member of the Whitney Board of Trustees. And we have gone through a very large number of possibilities, and we narrowed it to just 4 people. And we are about to welcome the 4th candidate on campus, and they take a tour and they fall in love with us, as I would expect. But we think that we will be able to name the artist by the end of October. And we're going to have really quite a big PR moment in New York, where we're going to be announcing who the artist is. And in October, we're also going to have a groundbreaking for the 560 because the city of Georgetown will be building their new building on our land. And we think that having their building there and at the same time building the entrance, you will expect to see all of this come into play within a year and a half.
Wow, a pretty incredible timeline, and we will be excited to watch some of that start to come about this fall. So, President Trombley, thank you so much for being here, for giving us a